And we welcome you back into Richardson Indoor Stadium here in Spartanburg. Halftime score has the Sanford Bulldogs leading it over the Wofford Terriers by a count of 45-40. We're joined at the break now by Wofford assistant coach and recruiter extraordinaire. Can I go with that, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Rob Greene, how are you, sir?
Doing great.
Big day for the program. It
was
National Signing Day. 11 more guys signed very quickly. What a different kind of year to recruit at Wofford. For the first time in 30 years, you have a different head coach as Mike Ayers retired.
Yes,
What's
sir.
that been like?
It's definitely been different. It's also the first year with an early signing period in the NCAA Division I. So we were able to get 6 guys signed in December, which was actually about 3 or 4 days after Coach retired. We were very fortunate. A lot of assistants had done a really good job maintaining relationships, and we tried to sell them that Wofford was still going to be Wofford. And when Coach Conklin came in, we were able to keep that momentum and hold on to a lot of those guys. All right,
tell us about the distribution. What were you looking for in terms of positions this year?
Yes, sir. We really, offensively, the emphasis was on finding skilled playmakers, whether that be at the running back or the receiver position. Obviously, you usually like to bring in a quarterback every year, and a couple offensive linemen, but offensively we brought in 3 running backs and 2 receivers, and that was really what we were looking for. Defensively, we really had to find we wanted to upgrade our speed a little bit, which we feel like we did with some of our outside linebackers and inside linebacker signees. So.
You know, Coach Conklin, I interviewed him shortly after he got the job, and he said, I still want to run the option, but I also am going to toy with opening it up a little bit. So is that something you can sell to kids? Like, yeah, we're going to run the option we always have, but maybe we're going to add to it a little bit.
Yes, sir. It was, especially with a couple of the receivers that we ended up getting. Guys that can really make things happen with the ball in their hand, that will be problematic to cover one-on-one, which you have to do because of the option. And so that was a big selling point to those guys, was that we're going to do some things we haven't necessarily done a little bit that kind of fit into our offense already. I think Coach Conklin's a little bit more open to seeing the ball in the air a little more than Coach Ayers was. So our identity is still going to be running the ball, but able to open it up a little bit, help us get some of the playmakers that we did.
When you look for running backs, what are you looking for in this offense? Because are you looking for kids who have run the option in high school?
Not necessarily. Coach Romero teases me that I always tell him he has a type. He likes guys that don't get tackled very easily.
Okay. So it's a good quality in a running back.
So we're trying to recreate guys like Lennox and Blake, guys that can that have a lot of speed as well as very elusive in the open field. And that's his thing. He's always looking for is guys that are really hard to tackle one-on-one.
You added 11 guys today, and we don't have time to go through all of them. But in terms of a player who you think might be an impact guy, is it even fair to ask you that question when they're so young?
Well, fortunately in this class we feel like there's a few that could potentially be impact players for us. We signed the Division I Player of the Year in the state of Ohio at quarterback.
Now, who was it?
Jimmy Weirich from Columbus. We signed Mr. Football in the state of Kentucky, running back Demarie Van Cleve. Signed a 4-time All-State running back in Georgia, Colby Wood. Then T.J. Luther, actually receiver, led the state of Florida in touchdown catches.
Well, that's pretty good in Florida now.
If you're going to lead in touchdown catches in the state, Florida's the one you want to do it in.
Sure.
And then defensively, just to hit on a couple guys, T.J. Neals, outside linebacker from Nashville, had 18.5 sacks last year. He is a terror, whether he's in the boundary or in the field at outside linebacker. And I'm going to be a little bit biased and talk about safety signee Isaiah Walker, who is he is a dynamic athlete and a really good football player, so that's usually a good combination.
And nothing happens without an offensive line. Who'd you get in terms of the big horses?
Quayshawn Greenlee, he's from TL Hanna. He played in the Shrine Bowl. Really athletic tackle guard type of guy. He's going to be a really good player for us. Al Hogan from the Atlanta area. He is a road grader. He's a traditional offensive lineman like we've had at Wofford. That'll do a really good job in our offense. And then Nick Russo is an interior guy from New Jersey, and he is a road grader. He is a tough, hard-nosed New Jersey kid. He graduates from college, on high school on June the 3rd.
Right.
And he wants to be here June the 4th.
Oh, wow.
To get started working. So that's the type of kid Nick is, and we're excited to have him.
You know, Coach Ayers had all those connections in Ohio and Kentucky, that part of the country. Coach Conklin was at Pitt. Does he have connections up in the Northeast that he can work now?
He does. Just from his experience at different schools. He's got connections kind of all over the East Coast and the Southeast especially. But that's going to be one of my areas in the spring, is going up back to Pittsburgh and Northeast Ohio, which I GA'd for him last year at Pitt.
Right.
So I'm going to take advantage of some of his connections and some of the ones I made there, and maybe try to find a couple guys in that area, like a Pat Illig or Dimitri Redwood, those type of guys that have played for us.
Be nice to find another Pat Illig.
That would be awesome.
The big guy.
Awesome. Yes, sir.
Hey,
yes,
Rob,
sir.
thank you so much. When does spring practice get going?
Right now, we're scheduled to have the first one next Wednesday.
Oh,
so
boy.
Very quick turnaround. We're excited. We've been, we haven't been doing recruiting. We're finally off the road this week. We've gotten back in, and we're starting to grind on some football, which that's obviously the funnest part of our job.
Sure.
So we'll get going on Wednesday and headed going from there.
Thanks for your time. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
That is Rob Greene with the Wofford College coaching staff here on National Signing Day. Wofford basketball down 5 at the break. Sanford leads 45-40. You're listening to the Cribs Kitchen Terrier Halftime Show here on the Wofford IMG Sports Network.